To begin, angels are closer than you think, and it's sort of a play on words because they're as close as your thoughts. They're closer than if you're wearing glasses. Angels are closer to you than your glasses. They're in your thoughts and feelings. Swedenborg describes it like this chart. He says that heaven and hell are not these faraway realities or just concepts, literary constructs. They are spiritual states of mind, and they are places in that afterlife that we all talk about, and they are interacting with our minds all the time. Heaven is sending good things into us. Hell is sending bad things into us constantly. And this, we have that, the angel and the devil on the shoulder. Like pop culture knows that exists. But Swedenborg is saying it's true. And here's how you can kind of try to tease it out. And it's not just a feature of life. Like we're alive and then some switch was thrown. And also we're going to have heaven and hell have input in your mind. We actually, our lives depend on this connection. According to Swedenborg, this is from Heaven and Hell 302. This is a book of Swedenborg's, like most of them we're going to quote tonight. You can click on that, download a free ebook or free PDF, read the thing for yourself if you want to go above and beyond. He says, I have talked with angels about the union of heaven with the human race and have told them that church people actually do say that everything good is from the Lord and that there are angels with us. But few people really believe that angels are so close to us, much less that they are in our thought and affection. Is that close enough for you? In your thoughts and your feelings. That's where angels are. And that may just sound like a hallmarky sort of thing, but we're going to get into what exactly that means. The angels have told me that they knew this kind of empty belief and talk occurred in the world, and especially, which astonished them, in the church, where people have the word that teaches them about heaven and its union with them. Yet, in fact, the union is so vital that we could not think the least thought apart from the spirits who are with us. Our spiritual life depends on this. They said that the reason for this ignorance was that people believe they live on their own without any connection with the ultimate reality of life and do not know that there is this connection through the heavens. So not only are angels with us, but they're doing us the solid of keeping us from being annihilated, that they are part of this lifeline back to the grand source of life. And so we all have this connection with heaven and with hell. And actually, believe it or not, the connection with hell is essential to the whole thing too, because it creates this equilibrium, the freedom through which a human mind can function. And that make you think, probably you're just thinking, what was he talking about? But if you happen to be thinking, well, if I'm connected to heaven and I'm connected to hell, what parts of those places am I connected to? And even if I don't know specifics, but even if I did, and I told you, it would only last for a little, it would only be accurate for a little while, because according to Swedenborg, we're shifting around which parts we're connected to all the time. And this is from Divine Providence 289. He says, thoughts and desires move from community to community in a pattern without people realizing that they are not thinking autonomously. So this is a lead into the way that thoughts really work in the world. So what, and I don't know if I made it clear from the context there, but he's talking about thoughts and feelings, coming at us from the spiritual world. But also, those thoughts and feelings are moving around the communities in this other world, sort of like things move around in the brain. If you think about a brain scan, picture one that's like a movie that moves, that if you see the different impulses lighting up, we notice that there's these electrical surges, synapse to synapse, that move across parts of the brain, right? Sort of like lightning, but on a smaller scale. That's the way Swedenborg says it's happening in the spiritual world. So take a look at this. We've animated a couple of things about that to show you what I'm talking about. So, you've seen this, where there's this idea that different thoughts and feelings are sort of moving around different centers in the brain based on what they are. Well, Swedenborg says, in the spiritual world, those are all communities of angels and spirits and everything. He says thoughts and feelings are actually moving around in the same kind of pattern. Like that's the giant brain of humanity that's actually moving these conscious experiences from place to place, and everybody experiencing them and changing them, just like you have the different kind of neurons firing in the brain. But not only that, our little mini brain is connected to this big giant brain, that the parts of it flash and light up correspond with parts in our mind. So we are connected to these different parts of heaven and hell, and that's what's influencing the way we think and feel about life, the things we're attracted to, that kind of thing. But it's not the same for everyone. Swedenborg says that each of us are connected to different parts of heaven and hell. And it's because of the unique nature of our connections that we are actually a mind like no other mind in the universe, because we are this confluence of this particular other group, and we have our own little spin on what it is to be a thinking, feeling being. And not only that, it changes throughout our life as we change.